is all about roles and relationship in an ecosystem. So in this lesson, you will know the following. First, partner.
First, what is producer, consumer, and decomposer in an ecosystem?
So true. So second would be, what is food chain is all about?
Third, and the last, the primary and secondary consumer.
A community of plants and animals that live together and related in some ways. So for example, a colony of insects may have a tree as its home. The insects may feed on the leaves and fruits of the trees. Some birds that live on the same tree may feed on the larvae of the insect.
The tree is related to the insect because it provides a home for them. The insects are related to the birds because they provide food for the birds. The tree is also related to the birds because it provides a nesting place for them. There are groups of living things in an ecosystem, and each of these groups performs a different work. Are producers or autotrophs, an organism in an ecosystem. Only plants and other photosynthetic organisms, like algae, can make their own food using energy of sunlight. In a parasite ecosystem, the producers include trees, shrubs, herbs, and vines. A consumers or heterotrophs, an organism that feed on other organisms. Some consumer eat only plants. For example, a caterpillar eats leaves of plants. Consumers that eat only plants are called herbivores. Some consumers eat only animals are called carnivores. The Philippine eagle is also a consumers eat both plants and animals are called omnivores. A chicken that eats grains and worms is an omnivore.
Some consumers feed on dead plants and animals and their waste, and they are called decomposers. So what are the examples of decomposers? So for example, decomposers are fungi, bacteria, earthworms, and so on. So what is food chain all about? A food chain consists of a series of animals that eat plants and other animals. Arrow shows the direction of energy flow in the food chain.
The food chain generally starts with a producer. In this diagram, the producer is a grass. A grasshopper eats the grass. A snake eats the grasshopper. An eagle, in turn, eats the snake. The grasshopper is a primary consumer because it feeds directly on the producer, which is the grass. The snake is a secondary consumer because it feeds on a primary consumer. What kind of consumer is the eagle which feeds on a secondary consumer? An animal that actively seeks out its prey is called a predator. When the eagle and other organisms in the food chain die, decomposers will feed on their remains. All ecosystems have food chain.
So now you already know the things that we earlier discussed. And we hope this lesson will help you to understand the environmental activities. I'm Napoleon Dann.
I am Lory Mae Dellomes.
And we are
the Fascists. There are groups of living systems.
Some consumers feed on dead plants.
Am I strong singing?